You're listening to What? That Old Queen, where naughty boys Bernie and Tommy talk candidly about queer life quandaries at a certain age, so maybe think twice before listening. Their views are their own and don't reflect those of any platform you may hear this program on. Now, please get your little soldiers upstanding for the Old Queens.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even my penis under my 12.5 top duvet. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that someone would try some cross-dressing there. Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? And Mama in her bikini and me drinking my Lambrini had just settled in for a long winter's night. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to my mobile I flew like a flash, tore open the screen and threw open my Grindr app. Well, it's my response in any kind of crisis. When what should I see my wandering eyes? A little old driver, so lively, so queer. I just got a message. I knew from that dick pic it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than Amazon Prime, his dick pics they came. He whistled and typed and said, "Ho, ho, ho, what's your name? What are you into?" Smiley face. Devil's face. Meanwhile, Mama, who's a bit of a MILF, the moon on her breast and the new fallen snow, some slutty ideas in need of a blow. When what in her wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny, vibrating, lubricated, self-double penetrating reindeer. I mean, if there was a budget, we'd have them appearing right now. And then, in a twinkling, she had them all over her foof, and the prancing and pawing of each multiple little hoof, she groaned and she moaned. Meanwhile, Santa and me are getting busy in the bedroom. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with some spunk and some soot. A bundle of lube, poppers, he flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just emptying his sack. The stump of a spliff he held tight in his teeth, and he smoked it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he entered me like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I gasped at the size of him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know we were already in bed. He spoke not a word, but he went straight to his work. He covered my face with only a jerk, and laying his finger inside of my rose and giving a nod up the chimney, he arose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, and gave a whistle. "Stop double penetrating the MILF. We need to get on with stuffing that turkey." And away they all flew like down off the thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to you all, and to you all good night."
Welcome to the What That Old Queen Christmas special. It's called a Queermas Quandary, and we have lots of queer mass quandaries for you. As it's Christmas, the eve of Christmas Eve, we have a bunch of fairies to help us for this episode. I thought we had elves booked, but it turns out the fairies arrived instead.
I'm very happy with the fairies.
I love a fairy.
I'm just waiting for the orgy to commence.
Well, that's after the record, Tommy. Yeah. And we're filming that one because we're putting it on Pornhub. We have lots of things in store for you. We've got a Christmas Kinky Blink, and we have a massive Xmas SHNACK Out of It. But as we have an audience here with us, last episode I mentioned that there is a new kind of category for people, and they're not a top or a bottom or versatile. They're called a side. And for each of these kind of sections of our show, does anyone identify as a side in the audience?
Can you remind me what the definition of a side is?
A side is someone who not particularly into anal, so they're neither a top or a bottom or versatile. They're a side.
Like an assist.
Does anyone identify as a side? So
Quiet room.
Yes, a quiet room. Okay, so no one identifies here as a side. If anyone does out there, if you could contact us at hello@thatoldqueen.com, we'd much appreciate it. So who would like to volunteer to be the side for this first section? If you don't volunteer, Santa will pick you.
What's involved?
Well, that will be revealed. Okay. So Matthew, would you like to come and sit on the side chair?
Bring my prosecco.
Bring your prosecco. So this is what we're doing. We're putting it to the side. When every time I ask you a question, I'm putting it to the side.
Right.
And would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, I'm Matthew. Hello.
Hello, Matthew. And what do you like about Christmas?
I like a full stocking.
I think we all like a full stocking at Christmas.
Definitely.
And I love Santa emptying his sack into it. But so without further ado, as it is Christmas, will you pull my cracker, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think everyone can pull their cracker. So let's... Ooh. Love that you won that one.
Okay. Oh, now you won both.
What's everybody got?
I've got some nail clippers.
I got some tweezers,
Oh, nice.
which actually is quite useful.
They're quite gay crackers. This one doesn't have any in.
Can we put our hats on?
A spoon. Okay, yes, please put your hats on. Oh, a torch! These are fancy crackers.
This is a high quality hat.
Mine's empty.
So this is a dogging torch. Yours is empty. Have a look on the floor, it might be... I think there's a condom.
And that's not from just being in my house.
That's probably just from being in Tommy's flat. Okay. So Tommy, you once told me that on your Grindr profile at Christmas, what did you put on?
About the oven.
I don't know if it was about the turkey in the oven.
No, what I did have was I just want someone to clean my oven, which I got a lot of responses for.
Yeah.
But you're talking about make the Yuletide gay.
It was about making the Yuletide gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you make the Yuletide gay, Matthew?
Oh my god. I suppose I can't think of anything.
Does anyone know how they make the
myself.
I like going on Grindr and seeing all the people that are at home for Christmas.
Yes, all the people that you like, because I grew up in Bristol, you see all the people that left Bristol 30 years ago, and suddenly you'd see them again.
Yeah, actually, there's a over Christmas there's this guy that does this thing that's like, what bed are you sleeping in? And people post pictures of the bed, the like shitty single bed that they've been given at their parents' spare room, or like the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's always people who've gone back to their parents for Christmas, kind of having a lonely time in a spare bedroom.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm too old for that kind of shit.
I get the similar kind of feeling when I have to go somewhere with my parents in the car and I'm sat in the back seat.
Yeah.
To kind of revert back to
Staring out the window.
Do you say, "Are we there yet?" A lot.
I say that all the time. Yeah.
in the bedroom, in the car. Someone just got it. Okay. So we're going to do a Christmas Kinky Blink. And so we have some Yuletide fetishes.
Oh, yeah.
So, Matthew, are you into a little bit of fetish?
Yeah, great.
A bit of kink? Okay.
I think I'm going to clean up on this round.
Do you reckon? I think you might. I mean, what kind of Yuletide fetishes do you think there are?
Well, like, obviously, there's a Santa fetish.
There is a Santa fetish, yes. So it's called Santaphilia. Wow. And Santaphilia is a sexual fetish for all things Santa Claus. So if you have this sexual fetish, you basically want your stocking stuffed by Saint Nick until you scream. Ho, ho, ho.
So why not being wrapped up in like a present?
No, there isn't, but I think...
Like bondage kind of thing?
I think there should be, yeah. I mean, I think that should be... Because people like being wrapped up in rope or, you know, tape.
I'm also just
Christmas ribbon.
Tom popping out of
in a cardboard box.
And for a long time, I used to do a sort of... I mean, it wasn't even an act. It was just a kind of emceeing with, on a pair of rollerblades, wearing Christmas box with some Christmassy stockings. And then I would get people to design their own wrapping paper, which meant people coming out of the audience and drawing on me. And it was always just penises.
They just drew penises on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone I know had a crush on the snowman, like from the Raymond Briggs animation, because he's quite kind of
Cuddly.
Yeah, he's like a big
and
bear.
cuddly, yeah.
Like,
Are you talking about yourself?
But do you know the Kate Bush song where a snowman comes to her and stays the night, and then in the morning all that's left on her bedding is a wet patch?
Yeah, we've all been there. Okay, so there's also a tree fetish.
Yeah.
And it's called dendrophilia. So dendrophilia is an abnormal attraction to trees that goes beyond botany. If you have this particular fetish, you are sexually attracted to your Christmas tree. So when a person has dendrophilia, imagine... What was that?
They get splinters?
Yeah, they might get splinters. It might be a bit painful. Or those pines. I mean, yeah.
I love making love under a Christmas tree.
Yeah, well, it says here, imagine what happens once the Christmas tree is decorated with dangling ornaments and not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. Oh, we've already been there. And dendrophilia stems from the phallic shape of trees. A tree is that phallic?
Well, I just remember the one in London, which was a butt plug, wasn't it? So I would say they're more butt plug shaped.
Was it like a topiary butt plug?
No, it was the big inflatable one, wasn't it? They had big inflatable Christmas tree, but it looked like a giant.
It looked like a butt plug.
Yeah.
I was at a friend's house at the weekend, and hang on, let me finish. And they've just acquired a puppy. And I was amazed to see how much of the dog's toys look like sex toys. You can't actually tell the difference. And I was wondering if they just left their sex toys out on the floor.
There's actually a quiz, isn't there?
Is there?
Dog toy or sex toy?
Dog toy or sex toy. I think we should maybe do that.
What about party nibbles? Were you a bit confused whether they were dog biscuits or snacks?
I didn't care.
David, we were in a pub on Saturday and David nearly asked to try a biscuit that looked really tasty, and it was a dog biscuit.
Again, that doesn't surprise me. I have a confession that I used to eat doggy chocks when I was a kid because I like chocolate.
I used to eat cat biscuits as well.
Yeah. Anyway,
You turned out all right.
I did. Oh, you're looking at someone else when you said that. Are there any other Christmas fetishes that the room thinks might?
Is there something about chimneys or coal or like?
No, but maybe there
must be one about the Virgin Mary. I mean, she's probably someone's fetish.
What, a Virgin Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Any others?
Three wise men? Yes, please.
Was that myrrh?
It was gold, frankincense.
Well, we had a nativity scene when we were kids, and the one that was having the frankincense was quite hot, in my humble opinion.
Was he smoking? Finally, it hits. Okay, so paraphilic infantilism.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, not at all. So, kids love Christmas. So, what better way to celebrate than by having a paraphilic infantilism fetish? If this is your fetish, you enjoy role play as an infant, which often involves wearing diapers, drinking from a bottle, and hanging out in an adult-sized playpen. You know about that, don't you, David? So basically, regressing into an infant-like state turns you on. So imagine if you have paraphilic infantilism, I have no idea if I'm saying that word right, and the joy on your face when mummy tells you it's Christmas Eve. Anyone have that particular kind of fetish?
No.
No? Tommy?
I think it's quite nuanced.
Is it? Okay.
But that wasn't a denial, was it?
No, I don't want to be in a nappy.
No, we talked about nappies before, didn't we? No, we don't
No,
like
it's
them.
not my style.
No, it's not your thing. What would be... You're a Santa philia, aren't you? What
And
turns you on
true.
about Santa?
Like his lovely sort of friendly, cuddly face. Well, he's large, isn't he? And I like a big man like that. I mean, also very generous.
Yeah, so it's like, I think we mentioned this before. It's like the ultimate sugar daddy, isn't it? He's giving you presents. You can sit on his knee. Yeah, big and hairy. What's not to like, really? Oh, he only comes once a year. So is that enough?
Oh, you don't have to just be exclusive, do you?
Oh, that's true. This is true. So the final one on the Christmas Kinky Blink is...
I was like Jesus just during the crucifixion stage.
Yeah, I've always
That's
had a bit of a
something
crush
for
on
Easter.
Jesus.
What, on the cross?
Not on the cross, like the Last Supper, the kind of like, you know, like the kind of beard and the long thing.
Still Easter season.
He's often scantily clad at Easter as well, isn't
Yeah.
he? He only has like minimal clothing on.
It's hotter, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
not as a newborn.
No.
No, but which would be Christmas. So
yes.
this is We'll save this for the Easter episode. Okay. So the final one in the Christmas Kinky Blink is financial domination.
Nah, get
Anyone?
to this.
Has anyone got that? So
Donald Trump?
There's a lot of
Giving.
Donald Trump pornography going around, isn't there?
as Santa.
I've not seen that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, financial domination. Okay, so you love the gift of giving. In fact, you love it so much that you get off on giving presents and financial support to other people. Financial domination is basically spawned from the idea of making a Christmas list and then humiliating your secret Santa into giving you exactly what you want. Not only will you get that new bike you asked for, but also financial support because showering you with dough gets someone off.
Hang on, so who's got the fetish? The person who is giving or the person who's receiving?
Well,
Giver.
I mean,
As it were.
I guess the giver has the fetish, but if you're receiving, it also has a bonus benefit, doesn't it?
But I can't see that you would get any sexual pleasure from receiving gifts.
Oh, I don't know.
Not,
Well, it depends
Yeah,
what kind of
not
gift
in
it
a
is.
conventional way.
What's the gift?
Money?
Money.
They want to put money into your account, don't they? There's a lot of people that get sexual kinks out of that.
Oh God! Please introduce me.
I'm trying to find one for myself.
You need to get an Amazon wish list.
So basically, we've put it to the side. So thank you for being outside
Pleasure.
for this first section.
I'm glad to be able to move away from those.
Don't mention the Shnacks just yet.
Sorry.
Okay. So any other Christmas kinks coming to the forum?
Have you heard of ASMR?
No.
David loves this
The
ASMR.
snap of crackers and the crackling of
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
Oh yes.
ASMR.
There's also the smell of gunpowder as well, though.
So this is people who are kind of sensitive to the sound of certain
certain sounds.
Are they like balloon popping?
We talked about balloons before.
Yeah.
haven't we?
Ooh, but that's quite good. So they probably got off on us pulling our crackers.
There must be one about kind of gluttony and like Christmas feeders.
Christmas feeders, food fetish.
Yeah.
I mean, some people.
Yeah. Have another slice of cake.
What about mistletoe?
Mistletoe, which we're distinctly missing tonight. We might have to just make do.
What's the quote? What's the famous quote from Batman Returns? A mistletoe can be deadly, but a kiss can be deadly if you mean it.
Mistletoe can be deadly, but a kiss can be deadly if you mean it. Wow. On that note, we're going to have a little break. See you after this. Okay, so we're back after our break, and we're going to have the big Christmas snack out.
I can't wait.
And so I would like another volunteer from our audience to be our side. So, David, one of the Davids, would you like to be the side for this event? And come and sit in the side chair. That's my stomach.
We're ready for the.
I'm ready for the Shnacks. So, David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm David.
Hello, David.
Otherwise known as the Birchess.
The Birchess, that's what we'll call you. What's your favourite Schnack?
I'm all about savoury when it comes to Shnacks.
All about savoury. So this is good. So the next one is you're all going to suck on Bernie's cheesy balls. What? We have.
Won't be the first time.
So we have a selection of cheesy balls here, and David, if you could be our glamorous assistant,
Yes.
if that very ornate bowl, if you could hand that to me and Tommy first. So this is cheesy ball number 1.
Do you know where they're from?
I do know where they're from. Yes. So we're going to do a taste test and decide which ones are the best.
I like the ones with the sort of gooey cheesy in the middle.
Oh, yeah, I haven't got those.
Do I have to taste as well?
Yeah, of course. So what do we think of this one? They've been out for quite a while. It smells a bit cheesy in here.
I just think they're quite bland.
Yeah, me too.
They are quite bland, aren't
Kind of
they?
like a what's it?
They're less cheesy than a
Not,
Yeah.
they're not quite as
I don't know where they're from, but I'm guessing that these might be
healthy.
healthy, like a vegan something or other.
Okay, so the cheesy balls number 1. We're getting the idea. They're a little bit tasteless. You think they might be vegan?
They're quite sticky.
Okay, sticky, chewy. I thought they had quite a good crunch, but you know. Okay, so let's try that bowl there.
These are the most pungent.
They're the most pungently cheesy ones.
Well,
maybe.
fishy as opposed to cheesy. But
Are we taking 2 now?
Well,
you should always try and get 2 in one.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Salty, yeah.
You think they're saltier, do you? I'm not tasting much difference between these and the last ones.
They're awful. Sticks to your teeth, doesn't it?
They kind of stick to your teeth.
They don't taste of anything.
Let's hope
And yet the
number
smell
3
is really
saves the
strong.
day.
The smell is strong, but they don't actually. They don't actually taste very much. Okay. Any other comments on the cheesy balls number 2?
They're more sticky than the other ones. So
They don't have a very good colour.
These balls don't have a good colour, and these balls are more sticky than the other ones. Okay. Right, so let's go for cheesy ball selection number 3. How cheesy do they smell, David?
Again,
let's put it to the side.
On the smell level, pretty strong. But again, cheese is not a word I would use.
Okay. Well, they do. They're like a very strong cheese. Oh, no, I like these. I think these taste great. Get those balls in your mouth.
They're more. They feel like there's more of a dusty cheese coating.
Yeah, but these are good.
David, can I have
Oh no!
a couple more cheesy balls?
They're the best ones.
These are the best ones, you think?
That's like an actual cheese, though, isn't it?
I think that those ones are the ones that are causing the smelling.
You reckon?
They're very fun.
They're very tasty. They're also quite pungent.
Oh.
What do you think, Tommy?
I definitely prefer number 3.
But it's like a real cheese as opposed to a fake cheese. So the two are like a fake cheese, but that's like a proper,
Okay.
an actual. It could be an actual cheese.
So the first two feel like they're a fake one. Number 1 you thought was the vegan one. Well, I can reveal that the first set of cheesy balls were from Sainsbury's.
Oh.
And they're your bog standard cheesy ball,
No, thank you.
pretty much. And they're the ones which you thought were vegan.
Oh, right.
Or people thought they were vegan. So cheesy balls number 2, I can reveal, they are from Tesco's.
Oh.
Not,
They're really bland ones, aren't they?
they're really bland, yeah.
Would you prefer 1 to 2?
1
Yeah.
over 2 or 2 over 1?
1 to 2.
1 to 2.
1 to 2. Number 3, which is one that you all loved, they are the Go Ape cheesy balls, which are vegan, and they're made from
Fish.
coconut and chickpea. And they're vegan. There's no real cheese in them, obviously, because they're vegan.
Which is the one I said that tasted the most real cheese.
It tasted the most like real cheese.
Oh, but now you said coconut.
Yeah.
Well, aren't we clever, sophisticated, and connoisseurs of the cheese?
Of
ball
course,
world?
yeah. I wanted a blind test on a cheesy ball, and there we have it. So, but there's more. There's more to schnack out of. So, we have got finally Tommy's vegan cake challenge. So, David, if you can, yes, if you could.
Do we have cake forks?
I could get some forks.
Yeah, let's grab some forks for this, because these are massive cakes. These are supplied by our Toots in St Nicholas Market in Bristol.
All of them.
Yes, all of. Yeah, let's get rid of the cheesy balls. Roll them to one side. And so, Tommy, I would like if we could try these first.
I'm going for the chocolate one
That's
first.
the chocolate one. Let me try a bit of chocolate.
I think that's delicious.
It's great. Vegan or not vegan?
I would say not vegan.
Not vegan. Okay.
I think that icing is buttery.
Okay, cake number
The
2.
thing that I miss about when I've had vegan cakes in the past, I miss the butter.
What flavour is that?
It smells like
Coffee and walnut.
It's like a coffee. Yeah. It's quite nutty, isn't it?
I like it too.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Vegan or not vegan?
Not vegan.
Not vegan.
I'm
Okay.
going to go this one. I
So we
think
go-
it's probably going to be a carrot.
What flavour is this, Tommy? Do you think? I'm just going to.
Carrot, is it? I don't think. I think it's vegan.
I think the last one is vegan. Why do you think that?
It's dry.
This one's a little bit dry, but I did buy them at midday today, so that might be because I didn't put them in the fridge or something.
Yeah, I think that's the vegan one.
What flavour is that?
Vegan flavour.
Vegan flavour. Everybody else have a try. Get your laughing gear around that. Yeah. So, our Toots in St Nicholas Market, they do some amazing cakes. I very often go there and grab my coffee, and the staff are amazing. They're really friendly, and the cakes are amazing. They have an enormous array of cakes, and they do special occasions and everything.
And this is a special occasion.
This is definitely a special occasion. It's Christmas. So what do we think, boys?
I feel like Mary Berry. It's lovely.
Have you had a soggy bottom?
There are no soggy bottom.
Well, speak for yourself.
I think it's really hard to tell.
I never normally like coffee cake, but that's incredible.
Other David, what do you think?
I love it.
I did ask him when he just took a huge mouthful of cake. So, what are we thinking? We're vegan or not vegan?
Not vegan.
Which ones aren't vegan?
None of them.
I think that that dark one is vegan.
The chocolate one is vegan.
I don't think it's chocolate. I think it's beetroot.
Okay.
But you can get vegan chocolate. It's just cocoa.
Don't contradict me.
It is chocolate. I can confirm it's chocolate.
The crumb's different
what?
to the other.
But it also has beetroot in it.
Okay.
I think they're all vegan.
Well, I can reveal that they are all vegan cake.
Hooray!
So, Tommy,
Free
what
cake.
do you think about that? You said you've never had a vegan cake that you like, and you definitely liked 2 of those, didn't you?
I'm enjoying that. I like the beetroot and chocolate one.
Yeah.
But the third one was a bit vegan-y, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was dry. It was drier than the others, so I think that may be.
But texture-wise, for a vegan
So
cake,
what do I
thought it
have
was
to
very
do
good.
now? Just put myself on a crucifix?
You need to go and stand in the naughty corner. Thank you, the Birchess, for being
Sorry,
outside
thank you very much.
for this section. Thank you very much. Give a little.
I didn't know what we've done
applause.
without you.
I don't know what we would have done without you. And
Handing
so,
things around, I'm good at that.
other David, I would like to have you up as our next side for the final Schnack in this festive edition of Schnack Out of It.
Here we go.
And this is very akin for you because you share the same birthday as Cher, don't you?
I do.
You do,
I do.
yes.
Thank you.
What do you think about Cher? She's got a new scent out.
Who?
Cher. Sure. Yeah.
What's it called? The scent?
Frozen.
Numb. No, we love Cher. No, she looks amazing. So
like Scorpion or Scorpion, because she just
Ask
there could be a
Alexa.
nuclear war and Cher would still be surviving.
Oh, cockroach.
That's true.
Cockroach. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
oh, hang on. It's called Cher Eau de Couture.
Cheers, not good. Cheers, not.
Sure. Like as in fine clothing.
Yeah,
As
I
in,
guess.
made specifically for you.
Eau de
Is
Couture.
that what it means in French?
Yeah.
Yeah, so couture always used to be was specifically made for a
Yeah.
person.
So that's a stocking filler if you haven't bought. Yeah, if you need any last minute Christmas presents,
I haven't bought anything.
go and buy Cher Eau de Couture.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, okay.
It almost makes me sad that I'm no longer working in department stores selling perfume.
I know, I loved
No.
your perfume stories.
When Jade Goody had her own perfume,
Yeah,
and then she came out with the racist slur,
yeah.
we had to take it off the shelf.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, I would have taken it off the shelf anyway.
What was it called?
Jade, I think.
Jade. Ode to Jade. Okay, so the final schnack on the festive Schnack Out of It is mincing with pies. So we have a selection of mince pies. I have mine and Tommy's here, but if you could...
I was hoping that David would mince over to the next
Well, but we have ours here, but he's mincing over to the
okay.
mince pies for the rest of the audience. So, David, if you could mince over to
Oh, I see.
and if you take that one on the furthest, on the right hand side, which is this one.
I just want to say that my favourite thing about Christmas is the mince pies.
Is it? I love
I'm
a
on
mince
about
pie.
3 a day at the moment.
I love a mince pie, and I love it with cream and brandy butter and and all that, and I like it warmed up.
Well, I was in Newcastle all of last week, and I was going into the same venue, Dance City, and asking for a mince pie, and she'd go, "Do you want it slightly warmed?" and then when they didn't ask, "Do I want it slightly warmed?" I said, "Can I have it slightly warmed?" That was my attempt at a Newcastle accent.
So we're going to have to try this first one, Tommy.
Is it? That,
Yeah, try that. Have that. What do we think about?
I mean, I just like any mince pie. Like, oh shit, one, I still like it.
Okay, they all might be good, but we might need to choose which one's the best.
Okay. I really
I
like
don't
it.
think the pastry's very good on that. In the bottom.
It looks a bit bland.
Yeah.
Has it got a soggy bottom?
Yeah.
The mincemeat's very, like, it's just the juice. Not
Mm.
There's no, like, actual currants in it.
What I do like about it, though, is that they're not deceiving you with the amount of mince there is in it. Do you know what I mean? There's no... Sometimes it's frustrating when there's a huge...
Bit of pastry.
Chasm.
Just chasm. Nothing.
Yeah, an empty deep fill. We don't want an empty deep fill.
If it's a discus, then you know it's
A discus.
A discus.
Yeah. So that's the discus. So can we have the number 2, which is the one on the left-hand side, not the middle one, David. If you could go and...
I'll go get it.
Thank you, glamorous assistant, David Hendy. He is mincing. No, not them. No, next one. Yeah, thank you.
That's just
Well
so
done.
good. You're really in charge.
Whoa, they look like pork pies.
I like the look of this.
Right. So Matthew thinks they look like pork pies.
They're very full.
Some good pastry, very good.
Excellent ratio.
Charlie?
Did you make these?
Thank you.
Well, we'll decide what...
They taste slightly boozy.
Well, as they should. I think a mince pie should taste boozy.
Quite a lot boozy.
They taste handmade to me.
Oh, they taste amazing, don't they?
Oh, wow.
I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight after all this sugar and booze.
Nor should you. It's nearly Christmas. You're waiting up for Santa, aren't you?
Yeah.
I am.
What's he going to fill your sack with this Christmas?
I'll get to that later.
Okay. Mince over David and get the final mince pie for everyone.
Is that a phyllo pastry?
I don't know.
Is that what you call it?
I guess it is a phyllo pastry.
No, phyllo pastry is like very very flaky and fine.
Is it? What's a shoe pastry?
That's like a eclair.
Oh right. No, I don't like this one so much.
Okay. So can we have a vote? Mincing pies number 1.
What are we
Have you
voting for? Who's our favourite?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. No. Bit flat.
Although not deceptive.
Not deceptive. We like the fact that they're not lying, but they are slightly.
But you want a deeper filling.
We want a deeper filling. Okay, David, I'll put it to the side. Yeah. Did you like number 1?
I didn't like number 1. I preferred number 3. Number 4 was okay.
It wasn't 4.
It's just because he ate more than one.
Oh, okay.
More than 3.
Okay, so number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the.
Everyone loves the number 2. Okay, this is great. And number 3.
David's confused.
David, which one did you like?
Number 2.
Number 2. You like a number 2, don't you? Okay, so I think that unanimously number 2 is won there. I can reveal that number 1 was from Sainsbury's
Ooh,
bakery section.
Okay.
Is in the live bakery section.
In the live bakery section, yeah, you can see them baking live.
Celebrity chef.
Yeah. I'm not sure which celebrity chefs they had in Sainsbury's. Number 2 was the favourite, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Number 3 was from Our Toots.
So
They were vegan, yeah. So I think maybe the vegan cake is a yes. The vegan mince pies maybe a no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Artie's.
your cake is lovely.
The cakes are lovely.
Are they our sponsors?
They're our sponsors for the evening. Well, they were, but
So this bit's cut.
okay. So number 2, I can reveal, are our new sponsor, Marks and Spencer's.
My God, what an amazing pie!
They're not just any mince pie. They're M&S
What I always
mince
do
pies.
on Christmas Eve,
Yes.
which is today,
No, it's the eve of Christmas
Oh,
Eve
right.
today. Yeah.
tomorrow, is I hang around Marks and Spencer's just before it closes, and then they put all the reduced section on it. You can get beautiful things like a prawn
Ring.
ring,
Yeah, I've heard you'd like a prawn ring.
yeah, a lobster claw, all at reduced prices.
I know, it's
Pig
amazing,
in a
isn't it?
blanket.
Yeah.
I love a pig in a blanket.
Christmas pie.
Or a lot of them. I quite a few pigs in a blanket. I quite like.
Aldi do a massive pig in a blanket.
I bet. I've heard about him.
I'm always in Aldi.
Yes. But thank you, David Hendy, for being outside for mincing pies. We are going to take another little break there before we do Christmas Queens of Agony. So we'll be back after this. So we're back for Christmas Queens of Agony. And we would like our final side to come up. Chuckles, can you come and join us?
Hello.
Now, would you like to introduce yourself to the... I have to say thank you for all coming this evening. This is half our listenership in the room. But would you like to introduce yourself, our final side?
Hi, I'm Charlie. Very big fan.
Traditionally, Charlie has an annual Christmas do called Topping the Fairy.
Yeah.
Which we all go to, and where we put a fairy on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, he's kind of an action man who's bare-chested with a beard and a gas mask.
Yeah, so that's a top tip for your Queermas Christmas. Okay, so we'll get into our problem. So, dear Tommy and Bernie, I'm not calling you old queens, as I'm older than you. As a man in his mid-50s, it feels like a lot of old haunts have gone, and I find apps so impersonal and not reliable when you want to gauge whether you fancy someone or not. In bars and clubs of old, you knew whether you fancied someone as soon as they walked through the door. So as an older gay guy who doesn't use apps, where can I go to meet guys in the flesh? And that's from Nicholas Claus in Greenland. Tommy, what do you think?
Well, like he's specifically asking where. I've met my last two boyfriends in a well-known establishment in Vauxhall called Ducky.
Right.
Oh.
So I would say there's a good place because you often get people that are of that age group.
Right.
And they still like to get down, have a dance, have fun, have a bit of a drink,
Yeah.
chat to, this is very convivial. That would be on the list
Yeah.
for certain.
I think there are still places to go. I think they are getting less and less, though, as more people use the apps and don't go out as much. But I think you can find places to go and meet people. There's always events nearby. I used to run an event in Bristol called Members, which was for older professional gays, which is still going. And you can go there and chat and meet people. So I'm sure there's somewhere local that you can meet someone.
In Greenland?
I don't know about Greenland, but...
Do you think there'd be an offshoot of Members in Greenland?
Maybe. What would it be called? Polar bears?
Green Members.
Green members.
Lots of polar bears.
Polar bears, the
We have a
naked
question
seal.
from the audience.
Also, I think the key, what you're saying now, is events as opposed to venues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so what...
So nowadays, lots of places have events as opposed to standard venues where you can, more traditional venues where you can go. Whereas now, specifically in Bristol, the majority of it is actually events as opposed to
Yeah,
actual
rather
places.
than the scene itself.
Yeah. You would go to an event where you might possibly meet people
Yeah.
similar to you and stuff like that.
Charlie, can I put it to the side?
Yeah, I think it's quite hard because sometimes those events as well, you need to know people who are going to those events. So for you to kind of break into that group,
Yeah, there's definitely
especially
have to be very brave, don't you?
yeah, and if you're a kind of an older gentleman, then you maybe might not know those people who are running those events. And I think sometimes, yeah, the traditional ways of advertising those aren't really done. Like they're just put on Facebook events, and it's word of mouth, and you might not hear about it. So I can see that it's quite a challenge sometimes.
Yes.
Have you got any tips then?
Have friends like you guys. That's how I know that everything's going on.
It's about building up your gay family.
Yeah,
in a way.
absolutely.
Yeah, so they, you know which events to go to. But I'm sure there's kind of like listings, and you can look on social media if you're tech savvy. Maybe you're not, but I'm sure there's like flyers and posters out in your locale with events that you could go to. But yeah, I wouldn't discredit the apps entirely because at a certain time of night, I'm sure you can find anyone. Okay. So, dear old queens.
Yes.
There's a guy that I've been lusting after in a shop that I frequent quite often. I really want to ask him out, but I'm not sure if he's gay. I almost went straight up to him and then...
Make him gay.
Well, we haven't told the rest of the population that we can do that just by our will. So that's a superpower.
Just by looking at them.
Just by looking at them, we can make people gay. But the rest of the population don't realise that. Anyway, I almost went straight up to him and then chickened out and asked him about an item in the store instead. Have you ever asked out a complete stranger point blank? And if so, how should I go about this? And this is from Bashful, somewhere in an enchanted forest. Oh. So what do you think, Tommy?
Well, I feel like we need a long letter on this because I want to know what this shop is. Because if it was a shop where there might be some clues, some indicators, we would be able to say, you know, how much is this? I'm not going to say Kylie Minogue record, but do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So if there was something in the shop that was particularly gay, he could go up and ask about that item. Maybe he's already done that because he did say I chickened out and then asked him about an item.
Yeah, but because that's what I want to know next, really.
Right, okay, but we don't have that information, so
try and collect those clues.
Yeah,
I remember being younger and in a gym. I think I must have been 19 or 20, and there was a man in the sauna that I found quite attractive, and we were hanging out and. You know, I was still quite young and find it quite difficult to gauge these things. It was Scunthorpe after all.
Right.
And
how is being gay in Scunthorpe?
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Okay.
The way that I was trying to feel it out at the time was I was kind of talking to him and we were having a nice chat, and I started to try and mention perceived gay things, kind of so to find that context. So we were talking about how much we love, like how much I love San Francisco and whether he'd been there before. And
right, so you reckon maybe go back in the shop,
mention San Francisco,
or just have another ask about another item, maybe a gay item, the gayest item in there, and then maybe drop a few hints that you're gay. Or that you like gay things, and then gauge the response.
Absolutely.
Gauge
the response. Yes, the Birchess.
Surely, don't you nowadays just have to go into their vicinity and just shout Miss Angie and see if they turn around?
Yes. Or why didn't this guy just go on Grindr?
Well, yeah.
Just loiter around the shop, go on Grindr. I mean, it doesn't mean... he might be in a relationship and which isn't open, so he may not be on Grindr. Not every gay man is. But that also might be a gay... Yes, David?
What's Angie?
I'm glad you asked that.
It's a drag race reference.
Okay.
So
I didn't know either, David.
Yeah, so not all gay men watch Drag Race either.
I've watched the last series.
Did you? Oh, you watched the UK?
Yeah, the UK. Yeah.
What did you think of the UK?
I liked them. Yeah, I thought they were all lovely.
It was very British. It was quite different from the American.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So have we answered this question or not? Go and
just ask for his number. I mean, you could just go straight out there, and what's the worst that's going to happen? You might not ever see him again. Yeah. If he says no, then what have you got to lose?
I would actually go full into it.
Once I met someone, actually a few of us know now, but years ago, I met. He worked in a coffee shop, and I was like, "Oh, he's really hot." And then I got my female friend to go and give him my number after we'd left the cafe.
Right.
And I don't think we put. Maybe we did put my name on it. I think we did put my name on it. And then he texted me and said, "Oh, thanks for your number. Remind me who you are again." And I described who I was, and then nothing. Just no reply. So that was the end of that story.
Was that about how you described yourself?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I was wearing this or whatever," and then he just never replied.
Right. Okay. So maybe have like a good friend that can pass your number around.
Yeah.
And maybe put it on the toilet wall.
Maybe don't.
Or just go up to him and ask him. I mean, he can only be flattered, right? Because he's.
Yeah.
You could just say, "I think you're really attractive."
Yeah, I think you're gorgeous. And then he'll either say thank you, but I'm not gay, or what's your number?
Yeah.
I don't think.
There's that. I want to say how old this person is, but I don't want to say that at the same time.
They haven't said how old they are, but I'm assuming they're not too old.
But For
I
the
think
younger
they're-
generation, I think at the moment specifically, I don't know if it's easier, but it's more of an acceptable question to kind of ask. But
Right.
you're still, the reason why you don't is because you're afraid of the reaction's going to be like a horribly negative reaction. Not to reject you, but as in a like an actual,
Homophobic.
yeah,
Yeah.
a homophobic.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
can't do that in a workspace, surely. And also, I mean,
he's living in an enchanted wood.
well, can
He
I
must
just
be
say that I write
shocked.
all the names and the places to protect the innocent?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
for anonymity.
Oh, so he's
I've
really
just
living in
done that as a
wood.
Christmas theme.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so he's not
sorry.
actually living in an enchanted wood.
Oh right, I was going to say. I thought that might be quite an accepting environment,
An enchanted wood probably is,
I've got an
even on the
enchanted
outskirts of it.
but yes, David, you do. Anyway, moving on to our third Christmas Queens of Agony. Dear old Queens,
Yes.
I recently started dating a guy. He's everything I could ever want in a man: handsome, sexy, and rich. We get on so well and connect on so many levels. I really need to get his Christmas present right.
Yes, I've done some research on this.
What do I get Santa to bring him this Christmas morning in order to seal the deal and keep my man? And that's from not only Rudolph's nose was red in Albuquerque. So Tommy, do you want to take the lead on this?
Well,
'Cause you-
so my favourite thing, apart from the mince pies, is magazines at Christmas when they do like these features
Right.
where they say what to buy your mother, or what to buy someone that's into cats, what to
Right.
buy the man that has everything.
Yes.
I love looking at them. And so I've got Grazia with me.
Oh right, okay.
That's why you were reading
Christmas
Yeah.
Grazia.
I thought you were just ignoring us at the start.
And I flicked through it because I have got the man who's sick of socks.
Oh,
And
I quite like a pair of socks at Christmas.
yeah, I don't really like any of these items, really. I don't want any of them, I don't think. I mean, those furry slippers look cosy, but I don't want to receive them for Christmas.
No, there's a scarf
Yeah.
and.
But you know the articles that for the woman who already has everything. But I found, David, you might be into this. I want one of these, and I think that he wants one as well.
Oh,
They are. Can you read that? Because it's
is it a Phantom of the Opera mask?
It is a bit like that, but it
Okay.
actually rejuvenates your face at the same time.
Oh,
So yeah, like the gold mask and stuff like that. So this impressive face tech has 5 light settings to tackle fine lines, blemishes, pigmentation, redness, and it's very clever apparently. So it's like a plastic face mask, but obviously it's gold. It's got like some leather straps at the back, so I'm assuming it like pumps light into your face.
And you don't, as far as I'm aware, you don't have to put any products into
No,
it.
it's just the light.
It's just the light
yeah.
source.
Yeah.
You're supposed to build up over a series of time. So, like, I think in the first week you just do 10 minutes a day. By the end, you're just doing it every day.
Is it Italian?
But you're just wearing the whole mask the whole of your life.
what is that telling this guy though? What
And it's
message
only-
is that sending to him on Christmas morning? Isn't that saying you're a bit ugly, so put this mask on?
Oh, I wouldn't have read it like that, but yeah.
No, I wouldn't
I
have
get-
either. And it's only
I get what you mean.
£385.
£385.
I have a science problem with this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like that light will do nothing to your face, apart from maybe give it a slight tan if
Okay.
it's the right kind of bulb.
But everyone looks better with
I mean, I love them. I love the shape of the mask.
I love the
It's
gold
like
mask.
Greek tragedy theme. I think
Yeah.
you just spend a bit less money and go to a shop and buy a gold mask rather than
Yeah.
the tech.
But you can actually buy them from art places, can't you? Like plain ones. You could spray it gold
Right.
and just wear it then.
It's billed as for the person whose best mate is Alexa,
Oh.
and I'm quite friendly with mine. I've actually just answered the question with what I want.
Are you who this guy's talking about?
I don't think we've met.
No. Have you been to Albuquerque? No?
But I think you said the address was fictional.
It is, yeah.
And it says he's handsome, sexy, and rich. I'm only two of those things.
I'm going to put it to the side. Charlie, what would you buy with the man who has everything for Christmas to seal the deal?
It wouldn't matter what I would buy him. Yeah, there's no such thing as a man who has everything or is perfect. So if you're constantly trying to make him happy with a gift, with a present that you've bought him, then it's never going to be enough. If he's perfect, then it'll be fine.
You are right, of course.
Yeah, I think he should. I think you're worrying about this too much. If he likes you, he doesn't.
Just get him some fucking lip balm,
right? Some lip balm, some beard oil. If he's got a beard, that's always quite nice.
Well, that's in the what to buy a man.
Yeah,
section.
Or an 11-way.
That was your birthday present which you never got.
Exactly. So a blowjob never offends. But presumably that's happening on a Christmas morning anyway, with the guy that you love. And fancy.
I thought it was just
An 11-way. Or a blowjob.
The blowjob. Yeah, sorry. No, but I'd expect the 11-way to happen on Christmas morning as well.
Is that with the reindeer?
Or a hangover from the night before. Or with the without. I can't remember. 8 reindeer. Yeah, but then you've got Santa and the elf
and his wife,
and you've got Rudolph as well. Was he one of the 8?
He was one of the 8.
Number 9. No, he was number 9. He was the 9th.
Right. So a few years ago, I was in a couple of Christmas shows. No, I was in the reindeer monologues, which was kind of like the vagina monologues, but with Santa's reindeer.
Which reindeer were you?
I was Cupid, the gay reindeer. But it was quite fun. But yeah, Santa wasn't a particularly nice person in this play. But no, we didn't have an 11-way. But there were other sexual acts that were going on.
I imagine Santa. He has a kind of BDSM role with the reindeer. Kind
Santa, yeah. I imagine Santa has a BDSM role with everyone. That's what I like to imagine, anyway.
He is kind of everyone's daddy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the ultimate daddy.
Yeah.
It is terrible when you start fancying your friends' fathers.
I fancy my ex-dad so much, it's really embarrassing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Actually, all of his brothers as well. Oh, God.
Oh dear. Yeah. Here we go. Christmas confessional.
That should be another problem, really. We need to hear from people that fancy the dad of the boyfriend.
Yeah. Or family members.
Yeah, because I'd like to get my teeth into that problem.
Would you?
Very much so.
And your tongue and your finger. And yes. Are there any other questions from the audience that you'd like to include in the Queens of Agony?
Got a problem.
No, I was trying to think of one, but I can't think of anything.
So we'll put that to bed. But with that, we've come to the end of our Christmas special, Queermas Quandary. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for our lovely audience for being here.
Yes,
and
I don't know what we're going to do without you.
I can think of a few things, and we hope you all have a very big queer Christmas. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Say goodbye, audience.
Bye. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Happy Queermas.
Happy Queermas.
You have been listening to What? That Old Queen. Presented by Tom Marshman and Bernie Hodges. The show was produced by Bernie Hodges in December 2019 for Hodge Podcasting. If you want to contact the old queens, please email on hello@thatoldqueen.com or find them on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. And Merry Christmas.